Okay, in this situation, I come down to the furnace. The inducer starts because I'm calling for heat. The burners come on, but you can hear them come on. So they're going to run, and this is similar to what we've seen in some other situations where the fan does not come on. But let's watch this and see what it does. I want to note, I've got a meter down here and I've got it on the white wire. That's the common. And let's see if we get any amp draw from this thing. Okay, you probably heard that little click. That's the burners going off. And if you look down below, if you look pretty close, pretty hard to see there. Right there, you're going to get the 4 blinks of overheat. Okay, fan never came on. My amp meter never showed anything. I should have showed an amp draw when this started, but nothing happened. As with we've done before, and I'm not going to do it here, but you reach around and touch the end bell of that motor. Now remember, we got hot wires here, so you gotta be careful here. Okay, this time the motor's not hot, the motor is cold. There's nothing happening and the motor's cold. So what could be our problem here? Okay, so the burners came on, burners overheated, and it went to high temperature shutdown. Fan never came on, fan motor's cold. So what do I do next? Now it gets a little more complicated. There was no amp draw, so I need to find out, is there voltage available to the motor? Is the control board here sending the power to the fan motor? That's what I need to find out next. This is going to get a little bit more complicated because we have to start dealing with meter readings in electrical. So let's see what we have to do. Okay, I'm hooked up with my meter across the common wire. That's one of the wires going to the fan motor. Then we've got 3 others. We've got a blue, a black, and a red. Okay, those are different speeds. Red's low, blue's medium, and black is high. Okay, they fit on this board someplace, so let's look closer at this board. Well, the control board, and control boards are not all the same. This isn't a universal sort of thing. They're different. But you'll see when you trace these wires from the motor over to the board, you'll see they fit somewhere on here. Now, cool being the highest is the top one. That's black. And it says cool there. And if you pull this blue one off, maybe you can see it. You can't really see it. But it does say heat right there. So it's kind of telling you where it's at. Now the red is marked down here, and it's on just a dummy because it's not used. We're using blue for the heat speed and black for the cool speed. So those 2 speeds are active. So what I want to do, because I didn't have any power going to this motor, is the board feeding it or is the motor failed? That's what we're looking for. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I've got power to this furnace again. Okay, the inducer is going to be running the whole time when there's power to this. The only way to test this thing is with power to it. So I've removed the black and blue wires there that go to the motor from the board. And I'm going to look to see if I actually have power coming from the board. Now the last thing I've got to do, check the power coming out of the common. Let's find that. Okay, here's your common lead. I'm going to pull that wire off, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the terminals that I pulled off, and check to see if there's voltage. Now my meter's in the voltage mode. Now this is a little tough to see and tough to figure out where it is, but I'm going down to where the white wire connected to the fan motor. Then I'm going to go to heat here and see. Now I've got power there because the heat should be energized. The furnace is overheated, but the fan should be on. So I've got power coming out of the board to the heat mode and to the common. So there's no problem in the board. So the last test I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the power. And I'm going to check to see if that blue wire that should have been energized and that white wire has continuity. Let's look what I've done. I've taken that blue wire right there and the white wire right here, and I've hooked it up to an ohm meter, and the ohm meter is reading OL. So that means there's no continuity through the fan motor. So the fan motor wasn't hot when I came here, as I touched the back of it, and it wasn't hot, but there's no continuity through it. So I have a failed fan motor. It's an open. Now you can double check your meter, put the probes together if I can keep it up without dropping it, and they should zero out. It does zero out. So I know that my fan motor has failed. So the repair, of course, is to replace this fan motor. That's it on this one.